Hello, every pony. Dale over here, or Anna here with Applejack. And as you can see, I'm going to react to CatAvenger. Why is Wonderbolt Academy a better episode than Rainbow Falls? Or what is this? Uh, Discussion about if it's better than the other one. I'm sorry. Let me just react to this before anything else goes wrong. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, 3, 2, 1.
Some time ago, Drowning in Horseshoes released a video critiquing the season 4 episode Rainbow Falls.
Oh, this is a long time
ago. Not
ago.
something I want to talk about at this time, but Mr. Horseshoes made an interesting point. That Wonderbolt Academy should have been in the episode's place for Season 4's arc. Besides being a point of humor in his review, this does raise an interesting point on the part of these two episodes. Does Wonderbolt Academy essentially emulate, however effectively, not only the components constituting not only Rainbow Falls, but an episode of the key arc? Rainbow Falls, as well as any and all episodes in its seasonal arc, are constructed of the same basic concept in terms of structural narrative, but they are framed in such a way to list entirely different products that seem individual to their specific characters.
Yes.
For example, Pinkie Pride is a relatively basic concept on its own, in which Pinkie is met with a foil of her own personality and ideals, undergoes courses of action that inevitably contradict those ideals. You know the rest. The episode is an admirable characterization of Pinkie in its own right, yet when compared to another key episode, say Rarity Takes Manhattan, one can see similar tropes being utilized for different characters.
Yeah,
Rarity
that's
Takes
true.
Manhattan consists of Rarity being confronted of an opposition of her own generosity, thus in some form toiling her generous spirit in relation to her friends. Upon deconstruction, one can see the obvious similarities. Both instances introduce characters that are foils to the persona ideals in the main character, cause the main character to take courses of action that go against the ideals in some fashion, and allow them both not only to learn their values through consequence, but to influence the character positively through their attempts to repent their mistakes. But despite this, they are definitely different in identity to both of their focus personas.
A lot.
Rarity Takes Manhattan utilizes a Broadway setup and tone, while Pinkie Pride contains emphasis on themes reminiscent of a Disney musical. Pinkie Pride is structured in a manner that allows for much emotional justification of the actions taken on the part of Pinkie and the viewer, yet Rarity Takes Manhattan is focused much more broadly and evenly to provide a balanced feeling. These two episodes are similar in their core construct, but work off of these concepts in such different ways with such different constructs in and of themselves to produce entirely different character episodes. Wonderbolt Academy accomplishes this surprisingly well, perhaps eerily so. Not only does it mirror the components of an episode in the key arc, but it perhaps weaves these concepts much more subtly and naturally than many other episodes of the key arc. Lightning Dust, for example, is a very unique antagonist in this respect.
Yes.
Likewise, with Surrey Polar Mare, she serves as a foil to Rainbow Dash's ideals in Wonderbolt Academy. Yet her setup as such allows for a much more transitional narrative than that of other episodes in Season 4's arc. Throughout the episode, Lightning is characterized as an ambitious, if not reckless, individual with an impressive array of flying skill. She and Rainbow Dash easily become friends due to their similar assets of personality and skill set. However, Lightning Dust is then later shown to be of greater ambition than Rainbow Dash, and rewarded for her prowess. Rainbow Dash attempts to be recognized in a similar light, while experiencing how her friend's recklessness has the potential to be dangerous, yet become unsure of what to do because she and her friend are continuing to be praised for the demonstration of ability. This eventually leads her to act incredibly recklessly upon the arrival of the third act, and you know how the story ends. The way in which Lightning Dust's character is set up allows for Rainbow Dash to be subconsciously and transitionally influenced over a period of time. Their similarities in character allow them to become acquainted and see each other as equal competitors.
Yes.
Thus, when Lightning is rewarded for acting in a reckless manner, it perhaps subtly eggs her on to continue to act rashly, thus giving justification to both a consistent character focus as the audience comes to justify it as the character does, and create a relatively even pace. In contrast, Rainbow Falls presents their antagonist as the Wonderbolts themselves, failing to work in the episode's context because of previously established characterization. In many episodes prior to Rainbow Falls, the group of professional aerobatics were framed as a highly trained and skilled group, yet not invaluable to all situations, attestable to appearances in The Best Night Ever, Secret of My Excess, and Wonderbolt's Academy for that matter. However, in Rainbow Falls, their setup and environment do not justify both their actions and roles, especially when considering the episode's structure is mirroring that of underdog sports tropes, leading many people to call this episode contrived, as well as much else. Because Lightning Dust is both a newly established character in Wonderbolt Academy and whose personality is meant to parallel and deter from Rainbow Dash, she can easily and believably contribute to Wonderbolt Academy's narrative without seeming intrusive. And with the eccentricities of the Wonderbolt's workings and hierarchy being vague at best at the time of Wonderbolt Academy, the Wonderbolts themselves, while not perfectly depicted, have valid reason to take the courses of action as they did. How all these elements are woven together naturally into one singular narrative attests to the importance of a connection between the elements constituting a story, and how all these contributions come together to form different things entirely. On the subject of structure influencing characterization, the narrative is effectively set up in a way to portray Rainbow Dash's role. The Wonderbolt Academy itself is utilized to isolate Rainbow Dash in an effort to remove the main five from the equation of the episode. The episode then portrays Rainbow Dash's experience at the Academy, with some interruptions from the main five subplot. However, instantaneously after her friends are brought into some sort of peril, she immediately comes to the realization that the reward for reckless behavior and the act of participating in such behavior endangers everyone around her, immediately giving up on her dream of becoming part of the Wonderbolts for the sake of others. The narrative effectively isolates Rainbow Dash in order to truly test her moral attributes, both across most of the episode's length and a specific moment in the third act, wherein the speed of her realization and the unhesitant approach towards Spitfire is attestable to both her moral compass and her loyalty. Unlike this, however, Rainbow Falls consistently keeps the main five with Rainbow Dash, and due to exemplification of her loyalty in episodes prior, the direction of her having to choose between her friends and her hometown holds no tension, and perhaps even creates frustration due to its massive deterrence from her staple characterization. And given that the episode's music and thematic elements are reminiscent of tropes from military-themed films, coupled with the fact that the elements constituting Wonderbolt Academy both subconsciously mirror and improve upon the tropes instituted in episodes of the key arc, this episode would perhaps indeed emulate those tropes so effectively that they were better suited to the arc. But despite the exceptional qualities that the episode exhibits to fulfill that task, it would come at a price to the episode's greatest strength: its dramatic tension. Wonderbolt Academy's main plot point is the progression of Rainbow Dash's passion and drive to become one of the Wonderbolts. Simply put, her dream. This has been one of this character's core goals, and in multiple instances in this episode, that passion is being put on the line in question of, essentially, her moral compass, evident in her confrontations with Spitfire. The background music, tone, and dialogue all help to accentuate the tension and gravity of both Rainbow Dash confronting her about her money position, and especially in the final act, when she quits in favor of her loyalty and morale, being tied down to an arc in which the character comes to a realization via a mystical force that eventually turns a character into a visual abomination would remove all of this dramatic tension that characterizes this episode. Furthermore, if it were to be placed anywhere, other significant changes that the episode consists of would have to be altered, producing an entirely different episode in turn. Rainbow Falls, however, is built up with the key arc in mind, so it would be fitting for this arc without needing structural change to its narrative. While Wonderbolt Academy seems to successfully equate to the structure and trope utilized in an episode of Season 4's arc, it does not have the dramatic composition to be tied to an arc. However, this is by no means, shape, or form a defense of the poor writing decisions made in Rainbow Falls.
And it just stops. Okay, I'll not see the next one. I actually really like this. I'm going to subscribe and like it and tweet it and share it as I'm used to doing. But it has a lot of information, this one. No, if it's a good or a bad thing, but I really do like the, discussion. I'm sorry that if I was like just saying yes or no, or, not saying a lot, but she has a lot to say. I'll just stop it here so we can see her cute cat OC with wings. Yeah, I do really feel like she comes up with some good points, although I don't think like I actually like both episodes. My least favorite episode of My Little Pony is still Bird in the Hoof, or what it's called with Celestia and the Phoenix. So yeah, I really don't see the problem in picking and choosing between the two episodes, because I really do feel that they both have something to offer. But as she said, like they both have their weaknesses, they both have their strength. Yeah, they look a lot like each other, almost like the Pinkie Pie episode and the other episode. Now I forgot what it was, but I could actually see the similarities to a lot of these episodes. We also lately had the Perfect Pair episode, and it actually looked a lot like the ones with the other towns, the McColts and the other ones. I forgot their names, but yeah, I really do feel like Hoofsfields, the Hoofsfields and McColts episode. But I really do feel like the story can be told like a lot of different ways and in a different light, from a different side. I will admit that I like the one where it's on focus on Rainbow Dash more, so where it's like her and Spitfire, and the main six doesn't have that much interference. But that is just me in a nutshell, because I really do feel like it's portraying who she is and what she wants. I think the other one is taking away a little bit by focusing on the other main six as well. But I still like both episodes, and I would see both episodes again. It's not like with Bird in a Hoof where I'm like, I don't really need to see that episode again. So yeah, but what more can I say? I really do feel like she has a lot of detail in this video. I don't know, she doesn't seem to have that many videos on her channel, but I still think like she's worth going and subscribing, worth watching. So that's actually all that I have to say. Do remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do remember to take care of yourself and loved ones. And that is actually all. Yeah, okay, bye.